Hi everyone, welcome to Feel Your Flow, Yoga for Everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Selena. So before we get started, just a little bit of news. My fall session is starting next week. So our Tuesday and Friday YouTube classes continue as normal. I hope you're enjoying them. And I'm adding a Thursday class at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Google Meet. So the reason it's on Google Meet is so it can be a little bit more interactive. You can have your camera on if you like. Good morning to Paul. We can have some time to chat at the beginning, at the end. So it's more of a closed group versus here on YouTube where it's open for everybody. So if you're interested in joining that class, please just let me know. You can send me an email. Second thing I wanted to ask you guys is would you be interested in longer classes, maybe 75 minutes or even 90 minutes? So that could be these current classes that we lengthen or an additional class that's longer. So we have a bit more time to really get into things, to meditate a little more and just take our time a little more. So those are my two little comments. So let me know what you think. I'm going to see what Paul said. Yeah, Paul, we don't really do inversions much in this class. We'll might do a supported bridge, which is kind of as close as we're probably going to get today. I know I owe you a video. I know it's been a couple months, and my apologies for that. I've had some personal stuff going on, but I will get that to you as soon as possible. Good morning, Jacob. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so today we're getting started. If you have blocks, have them handy. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. Blankets might help at a point, but even if you don't have blankets, you're okay. So, as long as your body is here, you have a comfortable surface on the floor. If it's not a yoga mat, a carpet, or something to soften the floor. So whatever you have is fine. So today we're actually going to start lying down on the bed. So come on down, find a comfortable way to get there. We'll have the knees bent. They could be leaning into each other like our modified Shavasana, or they could be straight, whatever you like. We're going to take about a minute just to settle in. So that might mean sighing. That might mean little movements. It's like a micro Shavasana. So let's feel the parts of the body touching the earth. Give ourselves permission to be supported by the earth. Let ourselves let everything go. Everything. Give it all to the earth. Relax into the natural movement of breath. Okay, within this relaxed state, let's open up the feet to the edges of the mat and just very lazily toss the legs side to side. Okay, come back to center. Place the legs in a comfortable way. I'm going to lean my knees into each other. Let's catch the elbows. Inhale here, exhale to one side. Inhale, center, exhale to the other side. A super relaxed movement. Let the head go with the arms if it wants to. Invite your breath to move your body. I like the image of smoothing out, ironing out any tensions in the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. Okay, come back to center. Exhale towards the head. A few of these. Moving in as relaxed a way as possible. Back to center. Change the cross of the arms. So whatever arm is in front goes in the back. And the same thing, we start side to side. Inhaling center, exhaling over. Moving in as relaxed a way as possible. Let's come back to center, and you know what we're doing. Exhaling towards the head. A few of these. Okay, let's release the arms. We'll slide the hands under the back so you can see first I make some space for my hands. So I'm moving my hips towards the thighs, making some space. Slide those hands underneath the low back. And of course, if that doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. You can also do the pelvic tucks without the hands under the back, your choice. Okay, so we inhale, we make even more space for the hands. So move the hips towards the thighs. We exhale, squish the hands into the floor. So move the hips towards the head. So just go at your own pace, inhaling forward, making more space. Exhaling back, squishing the hands, closing the space. Okay, we can keep going just like this, or we can lift one leg. If you're going to lift a leg, make sure your legs are more in line with the hips. So if you were out here from our beginning position, just walk the feet in so they're in line with the hips. So we can lift one leg. It could be bent, it could be straight or closer to straight. It doesn't matter. Let's keep doing the pelvic tilts. We'll change legs if you're doing the lift. Okay, let's put the foot down. So again, make sure that the feet, the legs are in line with the hips. We can take the hands away and we'll do some little baby half bridges. So we inhale, press the feet into the earth, lift the pelvis up, exhale down. We could work just the lower body, or when the pelvis comes up, we could lift the arms up. Hopefully you don't have a bunch of stuff behind you. So however you want to do it, go with your breath. And of course, if ever you want to hold a position longer, take some extra breaths, go for it. We're here to get in tune with our own energy, to feel our own flows. So I encourage everyone to let yourself be creative. A few more. Okay, the next time we come up, maybe we can hold. And when you're ready to release, come on down. Ooh, whatever you feel like for the arms. Let's again open up the feet and just toss those legs side to side. Okay, we'll come back to center. Let's do some leg lifts. So I suggest we put the hands underneath the sacrum to kind of help tilt the low back towards the floor. Legs can come up. If they're bent, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So legs are up. We'll lower one leg just as far as it wants to go. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower the other leg. And that's it. Go with your breath. So we're inhaling when we're up, exhaling as we lower. And as always, you can go fast, you can slow. You could point the toes. I'm doing more flex, something in between, whatever you like. Okay, the next time the legs come up, let's keep them up. We can sneak the hands away. Or you can leave the hands if you like that support. So legs could be straight or bent or somewhere in between. Let's do circles. Change direction. My apologies for the squeaky floor. Okay, back to center, knees to chest. Take 2 or 3 breaths, just hugging the knees to chest. If you want to add rocking or anything else, go ahead. Okay, from here, we can have the hands alongside the body, or we might like to tap the hands underneath the sacrum again. So we'll inhale, extend our leg. Exhale, bring it back with a little bit of force. So we inhale, extend. Exhale, come back. So a bit of a stronger breath. And of course, go at your own pace. Next, our knees come to the chest. Keep them there. Let's take the hands away. So only taking the hands away if it feels okay for you. We're going to do a similar thing we just did, but add the arms. If you prefer having the hands under the sacrum for support, you do what we just did, forget the arms. Okay, so we'll go opposite arm, opposite leg. So we'll inhale, extend the leg, the other arm comes up, exhale, come back. And you can catch the legs if you want or come down here. It doesn't really matter. So we inhale, exhale. Few more. Okay, let's come back to center. Wrap the legs, maybe rock side to side. Okay, we'll come back. Extend one leg. Hold the other knee into the chest. Just take a few nice, long, deep breaths. Okay, let's turn it into a twist. So we'll take the opposite hand outside the knee of the bent leg. The foot could kind of just be like hanging out, or you can hook the toes behind the thigh, so whichever you prefer. And we'll kind of pull ourselves gently into a twist. We can move both shoulders same direction as the knee, especially if the back shoulder's lifting. Might like to turn the head away to complete the twist, and we'll take about 5 long, deep breaths. From here, let's see if we can transition to onto the belly. So I might roll out of frame. I'll back up if I do. So we keep the leg where it is. Our back arm comes forward. Let me see if we can roll onto the belly. I'm just going to back myself up so I'm still on camera. So you end up somewhere like this. So we could stay in a sphinx, or we could just relax into the hips and rest the head on the hands. So you decide which one you prefer. Find something to relax, another 3 breaths. Okay, so from here, let's find our way back onto the back. So we'll come the same way that we came into it. Roll back onto the back. And of course, if that doesn't make sense or work for you today, you just do it any way you like. All right, we'll start the same thing on the other side. So the opposite leg extends. Other leg knee to chest. Long, deep breaths. Remember, you can always let out a sigh. Okay, we'll take it into the twist. So opposite hand outside of the knee. See what you want to do about the foot. If you want to put it on your thigh or hook the toes behind. And we drag ourselves. Maybe scooch the shoulder same direction as the knee. Maybe turn the head away from the knee. And long deep breaths. Always looking for what can we relax? All right, so we'll prepare to roll over onto the belly. I'm just going to back myself up a little bit because I don't have too much room here. Okay, so we're in the twist and then we just roll over. We let the legs stick out. And we can either come into Sphinx arms or rest the head on the hands, whichever you prefer. Long, deep breaths. Okay, if your head is resting on the hands, come up into onto the forearms. We could have the hands together, or they could be on the floor, or in a fist. We're gonna see if we can sneak into a forearm plank. So we can tuck the toes of the long leg, bring the bent leg back, and is it possible? Get a little lift. Just do your best for today. 3 or 4 long deep breaths. And once you're happy with that, bring the pelvis down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Let's do a few cobra up downs. So we inhale up. It doesn't have to be high at all. Exhale down. Go with your breath. Okay, let's bring it down. We'll make our way either child's pose or downward facing dog. You decide. Wherever you are, feel the parts of the body touching the earth. And remember, you can always add movement. I'm walking my feet. You can always let out a sigh, whatever feels good for you. Okay, let's get ready. We'll just do a couple of standing positions. Actually, before we start the standing positions, let's do a forward back movement. So if you're in down dog, it could look like inhaling to plank, exhaling to dog. If you're in child's pose, it could look like inhaling to half plank or tabletop if you don't want to do half plank, exhaling to child's. So find whatever feels good for you. Okay, the next time we come back, either down dog or child's, let's just hang out 5 breaths. Okay, we'll get ready for our standing positions. So from all fours or down dog, extend the leg you want to step forward. Exhale the foot towards the hands. Bring the back foot down for warrior one. So maybe towards the outside of the mat a little bit. Bend to the front knee, come on up. Maybe we can just roll the shoulders a little. Okay, another few breaths. Do whatever you want with the arms. Okay, let's bring the hands to the hips. Straighten the front leg. We're going into a pyramid. If you like using blocks, you might want the blocks for the hands. And if you don't have them, or like me, they're a little too far away, you can just have the hands on the hips. So don't worry about it. Okay, so before we go into it, let's inhale, lift up through the heart. Take a couple breaths here. Nice big inhale. And then with the exhale, tilting from the hips. So feel the hands on the hips. We can even use the hands to help us. Let's start to bend forward. Take our time. So find a good point for today. It might be less than parallel, parallel, or even the belly towards the thigh, depending on your comfort level. Find what works for you. Long, deep breaths. Okay, if you're bent down, lift up. Walk the hands forward. Take the blocks with you if you have blocks. If you don't have blocks, bend the knee already just to make it easier to get your hands towards the floor. And let's try a little warrior 3 prep. So we shift the weight into the front foot. Lift the back leg just as high as the hip. And again, about 5 long deep breaths. You might like to work the toes of your bottom foot. Maybe lift the toes and lower the toes. That can also help to see how we're distributing the weight in that standing leg. Okay, with an exhale, bring the leg that's up down. Hands to the shins or the thighs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Hands to earth, step back, plank. Let's lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog or child. About 5 breaths, and then the other side. Make sure wherever you are, it's possible to relax. Okay, let's get ready for the other side. So from all fours or down dog, extend the other leg. Inhale. Exhale towards the hands. Back foot comes down a little bit towards the outer edge of the mat. Front knee is bent. Let's come up. So we settle in. Hips are facing forward. Front leg bent. Back leg fairly straight. And again, let's just roll the shoulders. This time maybe we can alternate. Like one shoulder and then the other. Okay, last few breaths. Do whatever you want with the arms. Look for that sensation of rooting down and rising up simultaneously. Okay, when you're ready, straighten the front leg, hands to the hips. You might want to shorten your stance a little bit. See how it feels. You know where we're going now, so any adjustments you need to make, go for it. Okay, hands on the hips. Let's open up through the heart. So we can imagine like a flower at the heart and it's just reaching towards the sun. Okay, nice big inhalation. And with the exhale, we tilt from the hips. Take our time. Just find a comfortable position today. If you have the blocks and you want to bring the hands down, or if you're so close the hands can come to the earth, feel free, but don't force it. Long, deep breaths. Okay, we'll get ready for the warrior 3 prep. So if the hands aren't on the blocks or the floor, bend the knee, grab your blocks or grab the floor. Come forward, make a tripod. Shift the weight into the front leg and see if that back leg is willing to lift. While we're hanging out here, if you like, it's optional, just like everything else. The standing leg, we can lift and lower the toes. Okay, let's bring the back leg down next to the standing leg and just relax into a forward bend so we can bend the knees, let the head get heavy, maybe let out a sigh, whatever feels good. Oh, maybe we could circle the head a little bit. Like imagine there's a weight at the crown of the head and just draw some circles. Change direction. Okay, from here, let's make our way back down to the mat. Maybe we can try a balancing squat. So if you want to do that, bring the feet together. Have your hands on the blocks or the floor or a chair or the sofa, whatever. Start to bend the knees. So we'll let ourselves come up onto the toes. Try to squeeze the heels towards one another. We could keep the hands on the blocks or maybe come into prayer. So we're aiming for our thighs to be parallel to the earth and just 3 or so breaths. Okay, when you're ready, help yourself to sit down. And let's do a seated twist before Shavasana. So we extend one leg down on the floor, the other leg, it could be on the inside or the outside. And you know the options. If you want to bend in the long leg, that's fine too. Let's interlace, open up through the chest, long, deep breaths. Okay, when you're ready, take it into the twist. So it could be the hand, it could be the elbow, it could be the elbow outside, whatever you like. Backhand comes behind. And why not? Let's move the head and the eyes opposite directions. So the eyes look one way, the head moves the other way. All right, let's come back to center and twist on the other side. So switch up the legs, see where you want to be. We start by interlacing the hands below the knee, opening the chest. I like the idea of like a nice proud chest. Long, deep breaths, massaging the internal organs. Let's take it into the twist. You decide how you want to place the hand. Back hand comes behind. And once you're into the twist, let's move the head and eyes opposite directions. Okay, let's come back to center. Release the legs. And maybe one last time, just toss the knees side to side. Okay, let's get ourselves ready for Shavasana. So if you have any extra clothing, grab it. If you need a drink of water or you want some props for the Shavasana so you can be better supported, or maybe a blanket to cover up. And of course, if there's any other movements you'd like to do, like if you want to do an inversion, now's a good time. Once you're feeling ready for the Shavasana, settle in. Of course, you can have long legs or bent legs, knees supporting one another. If the chin is up to the sky, see if it's possible to tuck in. If that's not really comfortable happening by itself, you could put a blanket or just like some kind of pillow under the head. So we've made it to the most important part of our practice, our corpse pose. Let's give ourselves permission to relax. Feeling all the parts of the body touching the earth. You might like to visualize any tension, stress, thoughts, just draining out of the body mind into the earth. Taking this opportunity to let ourselves let everything go. So everything, even our roles, our identifications, of course, all our attachments. Even letting go of that breath control, allowing the breath to flow in and out naturally. There's nothing to do, nothing to think, nothing to control. Let's gently wake the body mind, inviting movement once it feels, inviting a full body stretch. And once you're nice and stretched, knees to chest, let's do a set of knee tucks. Inhaling away, exhaling towards the chest. Next time the knees come to chest, you might like to rock side to side. Eventually rolling all the way to the side, supporting the head with the arm, taking a few breaths in a fetal position. Allowing ourselves to be cradled by the earth. And when you're ready with the strength of the arms, let's press up. Make our way into any comfortable seated position. And we'll just take a moment with ourselves before we close our practice. Maybe a hand on the heart, hand on the belly. Feeling the parts of the body touching the earth. Maybe imagining strong, deep roots. Looking for the sensation of an upward pull through the crown of the head and the base of the spine. And keeping those connections with the earth and the sky settling into ourselves. Taking this opportunity to give ourselves whatever it is we may need. Could be compassion, love, understanding, forgiveness. Or you might prefer to go on a quest for gratitude instead, looking for anything to appreciate. Let's end by chanting an Om. We can bring the hands into prayer, press the thumbs into the sternum. If you like, you can focus some awareness on the third eye point, between and slightly above the eyebrows. Let's exhale everything. Inhale to chant. With gratitude and appreciation, may we acknowledge, honor the light, the love, the wisdom within ourselves, within each other, and within all. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good practice. Thank you, Paul, for the feedback, saying yes to longer classes. So everyone else, let me know. Maybe I'll add an additional class or we can lengthen these classes. I would really like that as well. So I hope everybody has an amazing day. We're back again Friday, 9:30 a.m. for back care, gentle yoga, and qigong. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It means the world. I love practicing with you. So have a great day, everyone. Take care.